Hello there, I'm Father George Salzmann, the Harvard Catholic Center. We're right across from St. Paul's Church at Bow and Arrow. We're over here at Adams House at Harvard College and right in front of Westmoreland Court. And I wanted to talk about facing life's dilemmas. You know, at times escapism, getting a break has its place. We all know that. But then there can be escapism into anything from television to alcohol to overwork that can keep us away from facing what we have to deal with. Escapism at times can be so good and so great in our lives that we miss the very purpose for our lives, or we miss finding out what they're all about. You know the old saying, the two great days in your life, the day you were born, the second is the day you find out why you were born. And it would be a shame to escape that. And so I wanted to speak about facing life's dilemmas. And if I could make a suggestion as to a solution to that, there's a marvelous scene from one of the most famous films, Sound of Music. And you can find it online. If you look up Climb Every Mountain, there's a section of dialogue just before that song. And let me set up the thing first, if I might. I think everybody knows Julie Andrews is the postulant at this monastery. She's trying to become a nun. She's knocking on the door. That's what a postulant is. She hasn't become a novice yet, much less a nun. And the Mother Abbess is a marvelous woman, played by Peggy Wood, who is highly regarded as a good soul, and she plays this benignant Mother Abbess. And so what has happened is that Julie Andrews is trying to be a nun as a postulant, but it isn't going very well. And so this marvelous, wise, canny Mother Superior, Abbess, sends her for a break to a family where there's a widower who's got these kids, a great number, and needs help. And so she jumps into that to look after them. And does a good job, does quite a job. In fact, they become rather close, and to some extent that scares her, and she heads back to the Abbey. And so then she really just goes into seclusion and prayer for a while. And then finally Mother Abbess calls for her and wants to talk to her to hear how things are going, and also to find out what's up. And so she chats with her about that and says, you know, there's nothing wrong with getting married. That's the good side of both Peggy Wood in real life and the Abbess in the movie, that she's not concerned with upper numbers in the Abbey. She wants to do what's right in life, in the will of God, for the young postulant, whether she be a nun, whether she leave and get married. And so she says, no, there's nothing wrong with that. And Julie Andrews still says she's afraid. And the Mother Abbess says, these walls, speaking of this immense abbey, famous abbey, top of the hill in Salzburg, these walls were not made to keep problems out. You've got to face them. And then the marvelous line, you have to live the life you were born to live. You have to live the life you were born to live. And then she sings, Climb Every Mountain, which in that context has so many different depths of meaning and captures metaphorically what everyone faces when we're no longer lost in escapism, but trying to face directly the different problems, difficulties, and decisions, the dilemmas that life throws up, that we have to face, and that we have to not avoid, but that we have to decide. And we have to pick a path and head down the path and bring our lives into being. So I thought that would be helpful if you get a chance to look at that particular tape, that section, and I hope it gives you an optimism. You know, we have a woman who graduated from Harvard College who's just become an abbess in a local monastery. So if you need an expert, you can always talk to her. It's always good to have a mentor, to have a nun or a brother, a priest, or someone in your family whom you trust, or someone to talk things over with, or above all, a good friend to take a walk with. We're always here. I'm always happy any hour to chat with you on the phone and to take a walk around Harvard Yard. I do that all the time just for recreation with people, not because they have some problem, but it helps them and me just sort of share what's up that day, and gives us a much greater community with which to share life's dilemmas. And God bless you always. God love you.